trigger. Full screen. Okay, can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Cool.
No change on our end.
Cool.
There you go. You got everything there?
Yeah, I can see it all.
Outstanding. Let me turn my ringer on in case I get a message that I have to address something. There we go. So we will run our game, and you shouldn't have to worry about installing wine and trying to get it there and all of that if you're going to be back on your computer. In the event of wanting to install Fantasy Grounds, I'm happy to help you between games when you don't have any pressure pushing you.
Yeah, no, it was just today. I didn't feel like sitting on his desk when somebody's walking through our house, so.
Yeah, I understand that.
All right.
Let's see. It's not the right one. Okay, so I had to delete this link I sent. All right, so if you guys recall, last game, now that we have that straightened out, there we go. You guys were ambushed within an ambush. You had the drow had 2 soldiers standing at the end of the tunnel, and in your characteristically subtle manners, you charged them and were caught unawares as a invisible spellcaster released a lightning bolt all the way down, dealing considerable damage across the board. And you guys took quite a few hits, and you had Agile Smoke sneaking around. As your party spread out, some staying back in the tunnel, some moving forward to attack the wizard, he dropped a cloud that split the party in half. And in that process, Agile Smoke was able to disable his cloud, knocking his concentration out. But as an uncharacteristically brave Kobold decided to charge forward out of the protection of the tunnel for some unusual reason, 4 drow, 3 to the right and 1 to the left, all opened up with crossbow bolts, hitting him repeatedly, knocking him down. The drow from the left, apparently possessing the ability to harness shadow and step through shadows, teleported, in essence, over, picked up the kobold. He was healed by a healing word from Rolen, I believe, and was surrounded, took multiple hits, leaving him in a state of, I don't know, let's take a look what his state is. Moderate damage, before he was able to once again harness his access to shadow magic and teleport from here to here. And with a side tunnel there, now in possession of the kobold, he used his last turn to strike Kosjurkis with the flat of his blade, intentionally not killing him, knocking him unconscious. And the party was right at that point when we ended our game. So does anybody have any questions about the current situation? And do you guys have a strong desire to have a conversation about a plan before we officially resume combat?
I have a small plan. My plan is to change into a spider, kind of go here, and then shoot a web at the guy so he can't move, and hopefully other people can catch up, maybe. If not, I'll chase them down as a spider, or try to. That's all I got, really. If anybody else has any better plan.
Yeah, Dronga was just trying to see if she would be able to make that jump.
I know for
I
a fact
don't
that I
think
wouldn't
so.
be able to.
I would say it's unlikely. Alex just connected, just so you know.
Yes, we are good to go. Apparently the guy canceled, so I'm just getting set up on his computer while I do this, and then I'll switch over to that in a second.
Nice.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Indeed.
I will shut down this stream.
Yeah.
I don't want to hang up, but I think there shouldn't be any more screen share. Okay, so with such an ample, robust planning, I think we can move forward when you guys are ready.
Alrighty.
Okay, so at the last game, the drow who had teleported with Kosjurkis had used his teleportation action. He had struck Kosjurkis, and that was the end of his turn. So I'm going to give you a couple seconds to get connected. Your characters you won't show up right away because I had them claimed, but they should show up right about now. If you're ready to pick them, they'll show up. You may have to close the PC list and reopen so it has a chance to load all the
There
happy
it is.
people.
Okay, 1, 2.
How's the music coming through? Anything?
Got it.
I don't hear anything, but I think I can
hear a
fix
little
that
bit.
here. Oh wait, no, I do hear it.
I'm about to turn my gaming music up. I can't hear.
It's like some drums.
It is.
Oh yeah.
Can't have the same battle music and fun music every single time. Okay, so Dronga, once you're settled, it is your turn. You have the drow are pretty entrenched over there.
Okay. The map for the cavern. It's just a gray thing. I keep moving it around, but I'm not. Oh, thank you.
Did that make it better?
Yep.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you
not
very
seeing
much.
anything else. I'm not seeing anything on my end either.
Me either.
Me either.
Map. Hey, let's see if deleting the mask helps. Oh, I understand.
Give us the wrong
How about?
map.
No, I gave you two maps. How about this map? Is that map better?
Yeah, that works. Oh wait,
There
this
you
is,
have it.
this is the one I already had.
Good. I removed the other one, so there was no confusion.
Alright.
There we go. All right. So, Dronga, it is your turn when you are ready.
So she'll just kind of go, right. So, the fuck are we doing? And how do we get over there? And I guess I'll hold an action, for anything to come at me. I can like try and not deflect missile, but like try and like brace myself for it or for an attack.
Fair enough. Let's see here. And excuse me, Rolen.
Will be using a bonus action to wild shape into a spider.
Let's check out that spider. Giant spider. Let's see. You have two effects: stable, restrain. It doesn't seem to have the right effects,
No.
does it?
No, I must not have it downloaded or something.
Oh, it's probably not that. Let me pull it up. Polymorph, wild shape. Let's remove this spider entirely.
Sure.
Delete this item. Buy wild shape spider. Challenge rating 1 giant spider. There you go. I just dragged the new one over.
There's the self action. Sweet.
Ta-da! Tasha, look, there's a spider on your character.
No.
You're a big fan of spiders.
Isn't everybody?
Mm-hmm.
And I will try to shoot this guy with the web charge. I have the wrong character for some reason.
Let's see. He's got a lot of abilities here. So that's the Constitution saving throw. That's the attack. Cast ranged +5 should be the third dice from the left.
Thought I had it targeted.
Oh, no problem. Let's see. I'll drag it over and drop it on him to make everybody's life easier. It's a miss.
Yeah, there you go. See,
There's-
the plan didn't work.
But you had a plan. No
I
plan.
had some kind of plan.
No plan survives contact with the enemy.
That's it for me.
How did Dronga get moved? I'm not sure. Let me switch those. I think I might have hit the wrong button. Let me move Dronga here. Let me make a couple adjustments here. We'll just adjust these. There we go. And okay, Dronga is actually it's top of the initiative order. There we go. Queen Ophelia. Poor Kosjurkis.
Oh no.
It's gonna be magic missile time.
You will have to scoot up until you can see them.
You got me targeted. Don't attack the spider.
Fuck that guy.
I
He's
know
probably
he's
trying to-
creepy.
Probably trying to get that creepy spider off of her.
Yep.
Does that mean we get Alex today too? Or is he still busy?
No, he's still busy. He's out golfing.
Well, everybody likes golfing.
Mm-hmm.
Tasha and I played Pokemon today.
Oh, heck yeah.
I'm still playing. 4 missiles is a level. Or is
4
it
missiles
two?
is a level 2. And it should be the second damage drop from the left. It says 4d4.
Well, I'm gonna hit each of them with 1.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it'll be a level 2 and good. Look at her fucking spreading the wealth around. Fuck this guy. Let me scoot Kosjurkis a little bit out of your way so you don't injure him further. He's having a rough enough day as is.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
This is fine.
And then, can I use my spiritual weapon?
No.
Okay, well then I'll just fuck off.
There we go. You can use spiritual weapon and a cantrip, but you can't use spiritual weapon and a level spell. You did a good job, Kosjurkis. You bled out on him, teaching him a lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get him.
That'll teach him.
Agile Smoke with his wall climbing abilities.
Yeah, so he told me he would like to try and get around them. Like he wants to try and like come in around on the opposite side of them, but I don't think he's gonna be able to do that just yet. So
Yeah,
if
like-
he goes,
Liking to
Whoops.
and actually doing it are different.
yeah.
He's
Okay,
got
come
that
on.
feline agility, so whatever that does.
Feline agility just basically doubles your movement speed.
Yeah.
So his
How much
movement speed
movement
is
does he have?
30.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
And so with feline agility, it would be 60, but he doesn't. Just so we're clear, I don't want you to. Let's see. Let's see. It doubles his speed. You can double your speed until the end of your turn. Once you use this trait, you can't use it again until you move 0 feet on a turn. So it recharges if he doesn't move around, but so he can move 60. And then
Mm,
if he uses his action to move also, then he can move 90.
gotcha. Um. Oh, geez. Okay, yeah. So let's do it that way. So let's go to here and do the feline agility thing.
Okay, he gets another 30 feet.
And then trying to like keep it along the walls here. So 60, 80,
You just do what
90.
Roland does and walk straight through solid walls and be like, fuck it.
Yeah. So I want him also to be super stealthy. Like I know he says that like basically he's got something that keeps him oh geez, what's the word? He's basically invisible, essentially, if he's in darkness.
It's
He
a
does.
Gloomstalker ability, yes.
It is a Gloomstalker ability. He's invisible when there is no light, and there is no light, so he can. But he still needs to roll a stealth check so he isn't heard. But
Okay, so I will do that then. So skills. Stealth. Does he roll it at advantage or just straight roll?
straight roll.
Straight roll. Ooh, doggy.
There you go.
Mm. Yeah, I don't want to risk it at this point, so that's it for him, I think, this turn.
Right. So I'm curious on something. Exactly how big is Rolen as a steader? I understand that, he can carry one medium creature, right?
I'm a giant, so yeah, I'm a large creature. So
Okay. Um, Now, I don't remember if I used my feline agility. I mean, I believe I used it before, but I don't know if it's since reset or not.
It has not.
It has not. Okay, so then this is all I can do for now, because what I was planning on doing, and this is why I was doing the uh, 50 feet, was I was wondering if it would be possible for me to run this gap, and at the very edge of this lip, jump onto Roland, and then using him as a springboard, jump off of him to
Oh my
this
God.
edge here.
Oh my God.
You can. It's an
But-
athletics check, but you can try it.
But since I can't use my feline agility, I'm not going to do something stupid right now. So
Wait until, yeah, okay.
You gotta wait till you have that to do something stupid.
yeah, because
Alright.
if I fail, I'm looking at a how long drop if this doesn't work out.
I think Smoke said it's like 10,000 feet or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's a
1,000
So.
million feet.
yeah,
It's 1,000-foot drop, maybe 6 to 7 million. It's somewhere in there.
Hmm. I'm not liking this.
All right, a
Oh,
globe
shit.
of impenetrable darkness springs into existence as the drow apparently use their innate abilities, and at that point, you guys can no longer see them. Who do we lose? Who do we gain? I
Matt's
don't
here
know.
now.
Oh, Matt's here. And with that, You can hear the drow, but you no longer can see the drow.
Crap.
Blind sight. Does that count?
It does not.
Damn.
To my knowledge, there's only one creature who can see through magical darkness, and those are demons. Possibly angels, but I'm pretty sure it's just demons.
Oh, jeez. The last time I saw Kosjurkis, he was on the floor, yeah?
The last time you saw Kosjurkis, he was on the shoulder of the teleporting drow, and with a trickle of blood running down his forehead.
Oh, I thought he brought him over, dropped him on the ground, and hit him unconscious. Shoot. Okay, the last spot that I saw one of the drow that didn't have Kosjurkis, I'll move to here, and then I will throw a javelin.
I appreciate you not throwing it at the square where Kosjurkis was.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna do like I'll show you the movement instead of the thing, but that's kind of the area. I don't know how to ping.
If you hold down the left and right mouse button, you can drag an arrow any way you want, and you only get one like that. So you can
Wait,
point stuff
stop.
out.
Stop. Aha!
And
I
if you
figured it
do,
out.
if you do that same thing with control, you get circle. With alt, you get a cone. With shift, you get a
Oh,
square.
Cool.
hot damn. Left
so
control or right control, doesn't matter?
I've never tried right control. It does not matter. It does not matter. Any shift, any control, or any alt, hold down both Mies buttons.
Mies buttons. Okay. Well, anyways, that's the little area, and I will huck a javelin across, and I think I'm still raged.
I believe you are. It should be. Let's take a look at your effects. You are frenzied and raged.
I'm still frenzied, really?
I believe we forgot to take that off because the effects timers are different, so we'll go ahead and remove that. You have
Right.
8 more rounds of range. Rage.
Cool beans. All right. I will throw a javelin. Huh. Huh, dirty 20? Do I hit anything?
You hear it hit stone and shatter.
Ah, shit.
Well, at least scamper. It doesn't break the way an arrow would.
Okay, thank goodness. Okay. Shit. I cannot climb off that. Like, okay. That's it for, well, I'll throw one more and then I'll extra attack. Nope. Never mind.
Now, do bear in mind in these instances, although it's not typical, you are limited by the number of javelins you're carrying, which is 4.
Yeah, I think I've only got the 4. Where are those things?
I just the ammo's there.
I've thrown 2. Ta-da.
All right, Rolen.
I'm just using the double movement speed to get through. And see if I can-
Outstanding. You come out the other side and you do see them running down the tunnel. And for that purposes, you can either hang back or give chase because this map is only useful to those of you now attempting to cross the gulf.
I'm going to be giving chase, but I know the Tabaxis are going to outpace me pretty quickly. Well, at least the one Tabaxi will.
Yeah.
That's it for me, though.
All right, Queen Ophelia, I mean, I'm not sure exactly how you could get over there, but it's possible you might have to work with your compatriots. I personally would throw a fireball over there, Roland be damned, but that's just
I mean, I can't see anything, and I don't want to kill our own people, so I could.
There may be circumstances where you can't do anything. Just so you know, there may be if you can't get over there, I wouldn't. I mean, that's a hell of a jump. 40 feet is. Mm,
Can I
you're not
ride
gonna.
down my beetle?
Can you say that again?
Can I ride down my beetle? Like, if I'm on my beetle, can he climb down it?
You cannot. Pets cannot be used in combat that way. They are just vanity.
He's not in combat. He's my ride.
No, ma'am, you cannot.
Can he pull a little wagon if I make a wagon?
No, ma'am.
I've get the dwarf to toss you.
Toss me. Or you could toss the dwarf.
I feel like he might be stronger than me.
I'm not sure my strength score is high enough to toss you across that kind of gap.
So if anybody is curious how a jump works, because it seems like some people are,
Mm-hmm.
here is how the jumping works. It's real simple. You might want to bring up your character sheet, look at the main tab.
Yeah.
So a long jump, you can jump a number of feet equal to your strength score if you move 10 feet prior to the jump.
So yeah,
So
I would.
that's 40 feet. So it's unlikely that any of you are going to be able to do that. Kosjurkis, yeah.
I got a strength of 19, so I won't even be able to do it.
Ah, crap. There we go.
What about throwing a person?
It depends on the weight, but the only person who's actually light enough to get thrown that far has already been made it across.
Shit.
Yeah, that was what I was like saying. I'm like, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to toss either of you over that gap. Not at my strength
Nope.
score.
I think I'm just gonna not be tossed over the gap.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just be ready to action. If something tries to attack me, I'll attack it back.
Fair
A-
enough.
As it is, I'm gonna have to find some other way across because my springboard decided that he didn't want to be used as a springboard.
I didn't know that was the plan.
No, that was fine. I was kind of half joking as it was anyway.
Yeah, it's all good.
He's always got his butt rope.
Do
The
I have
handy
to
dandy-
roll to recharge that if I use it? Because I know it's like recharge for monsters, but
Yes, you do actually. If it's something you're going to want to try and use multiple times, it should be.
recharges on a 5 or 6, I think. So
I believe that is correct. It recharges. Yep. So you roll a d6. If it's a 5 or 6, it recharges.
nope.
Agile Smoke can get over there.
Yeah. And then I guess he'll dash as well to try and catch up.
Okay.
Again, trying to be sneaky and trying to stay out of sight.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
As you guys are moving over there, those of you still on the other side, Agile Smoke will be able to give chase. Those of you who are not will have to devise a way across. And I'll let you guys think that through as you move through here. But Rolen and Agile Smoke, are you guys going to stay back with the party and assist them in crossing, or are you going to give active chase? The difference between active chase and passive chase, or at least not a actual chase, is if you guys all hang back and you guys get everyone across and then you try to follow that would be tracking. Agile Smoke would likely be following footprints, and you're going to be following them, but you're not going to keep them in sight, very likely. Excuse me. If you were to give active chase, for example, Agile Smoke would go running off after them while the rest of you try to keep up. It's an actual chase, and I think we've done one or two of them, but it's probably been a while. When you're doing an active chase, there are essentially everybody is dashing. There are complications that are possible as you run along. So every round, both groups are rolling to see if they encounter complications, running through, getting your foot caught on a root or something like that. And at the end of the day, the chase resolves itself fairly simply by one party catching up to the other, or the leading party escaping. You can only dash for a number of rounds before you have to start making your Constitution saving throw. And as you finish out if you fail your Constitution saving throw, or a Constitution check, I'm sorry, you end up with a level of exhaustion and are no longer able to keep up. So that's how a chase goes. So you have to either decide whether Agile Smoke is going to run off into the wilds of the Underdark after 4 drow alone.
Oh God.
Or
Not the smartest plan, I'll say that right now.
Yeah, I was gonna
Rolen-
say I don't think he would, but I don't know.
Rolen has, what's that spider movement?
It's just 30.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's 30.
I mean, in fairness, and Agile Smoke has used his feline agility, so he and Roland are the same speed.
So we'd be together, but
So you two could go off and chase, while the other 3 of you could chase 4 drow.
And then it would just take us a bit longer to catch up, but we could catch up eventually if they stopped them.
I mean, it'd be for all of you to get across. I'd say you guys would be a good 10, 15 rounds behind them. So if they did catch up and it did break out in combat, you guys would be 10, 15 rounds behind at least.
Okay. Yeah,
Depending
because
on what plan you give me.
the only thing that I can think of right now is I have a strength score of 14. Is it possible for me to carry one of them on my back and just like use my climbing ability to just like ferry one of them across and then go back for the other?
Your ability to your maximum. I'm sorry, that's not the right person. Let me pull up the right person here. Let's see. I would say that it's quite unlikely that you're going to be carrying Dronga. I'll tell
Okay.
you that.
Yeah.
She's a Duergar stocky dwarf carrying 80 plus pounds of gear. Possibly Queen Ophelia. She is not wearing armor. She's carrying 30 something pounds of gear, and she's a Aasimar. So it's likely she's underneath your maximum lift, but it's going to be at half movement speed, and it's going to be potentially making checks to not fall 1,000 feet together. I mean, you die together.
Yeah, and that's my only hesitation right there. Because I don't have any rope, to my knowledge. I don't have anything on my inventory sheet that could even remotely be used as a rope.
I've got 50. Oh God. I've got 50 feet of rope.
Okay. Because the only other option I think I could do is maybe look for any sort of stalactite or any sort of thing from the wall that we could possibly use to make like a sort of a grappling hook with, and then just try to Indiana Jones our way across the gap. But that's the only option I can think of off the top of my head.
I mean, you could all check your. I don't know if anybody has rope. Let's see.
I've got 50 feet.
Pretty sure I got rope.
I can check the party sheet here. Let's see. Inventory. Rope. Let me scroll down here to the P's and the R's. Rope, silk, Agile Smoke. Rope, Empin, Dronga, and Rolen. But Roland is melded into his spider form, so he only has his butt rope.
If he could shoot his butt rope across. And then just drag us.
And it doesn't work that way.
Nuts.
At least I don't think it works that way. That'd be more of a Tony thing.
What was the creepy question?
I was just saying if he shot out the butt rope, we could all grab it and then he could pull us over.
That's not how butt rope works.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's more for restraining, more like a big fucking net. Then
Agile Smoke has some silk rope, and Dronga has some hempen rope. And I have a cat.
I think we just have to climb across.
I say I should be able to make that no problem with my ability as a cat to do that. I'm just not too entirely sure about the other two of you, the two of you ladies.
I mean, I guess I could tie the rope between the two of us, and then
Yeah,
I could start going. And then when it starts, she can follow me 50 feet apart. And then when I get there, basically, I can just anchor myself on the wall and while she climbs over.
I will say this: Indomitable Spirit does not require a check. He can climb with his claws. Dronga, I'm not super concerned about you. I wouldn't bet too much money on Queen Ophelia's athletics check. I probably wouldn't bet uncooked macaroni on that.
Rough. So tying her to me would probably be a good idea. That way, if she falls, at least
Or
she's
establish
attached to
some
somebody
type of
who's a
rope
little bit.
bridge.
your best bet is probably tying all three of you to like Spirit, and then if Ophelia falls, then you have two of you guys
Yeah.
helping.
Not a bad idea, yeah.
But then that takes even more time. But you know,
Sorry, I'm weak, you guys.
it's okay. I should have just grabbed you and brought you with me, but I wasn't thinking. Too much in a rush to save my little buddy.
Just out of curiosity, I'm only doing this just as proof of concept, but what would have happened? Oh yeah, I could have easily made that. Assuming I didn't get, tripped up by the wall of darkness and crashed into the wall anyway.
Oh, to jump the thing across?
If I were to have used Roland's stutter form as a springboard and jumped across that, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Like I said, I was only half joking about that. I was wondering if I could have been able to do that.
You know what? I think we're gonna have to do like a passive chase and just track them down. We'll have to get across the way we can, and they can either wait for us on the other end or they can start tracking and.
Yeah, Roland's gonna be giving active chase. He's gonna try to chase him down as best he can.
Okay.
He feels that as soon as he loses Kosjurkis out of his sight, he's lost him. So
I think Agile. I think Smoke would follow you. Make sure that you don't get yourself into too much trouble.
probably.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So those two are going into active chase
All right.
while the rest of us try to
Yep.
crawl across.
Three of us will just have to catch up as best we can then.
Yeah. Not ideal, but. Okay.
Well, Spirit being a mother, she would have been like, hey, let's need to get the other two across. Right. So I guess I'll take one end of the rope, tie it around my waist, and then just start slowly making my way across.
Okay, so as you make your way across, we will handle these two things separately. So, you have the rope. Where are you leaving the other end?
I'm leaving at least the other end with one of the other two.
Yeah, I would have held it because it's in my bag. So.
So yeah. So Dronga will have the other end.
Okay, and how far are you gonna go?
I'm thinking at least 20 feet. Because I want to make sure we have enough rope to tie Ophelia up and keep her, steady, but and also still have enough for Dronga to wrap the rest of the end around her as well, just to secure her as well.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Maybe 15 feet might be better.
Yeah.
All right. 15 feet then.
Okay, so you move out 15 feet, and we're going to hop down here.
Oh, shoot.
I mean, that also includes the 10 feet that I crossed the land bridge too, so I'm technically 5 feet from the ledge, but that's still... I'm thinking it'd be best just to keep the rest of us as close as possible, like at least no more than 5 feet apart. So that way, in case something does happen and one of us falls from the wall, then we don't fall very far and we can catch each other pretty easily.
Okay.
Okay, so...
All right. So.
There you go.
Sorry. Okay. So I'll tie the middle of the rope, like being able to like thread the end through around the Ophelia, like around her middle, and then I'll tie the end to myself, and then I'll wait.
Sorry about that. So you tied Ophelia, and are you gonna let her move out there first, I'm guessing?
Yeah. I'm gonna make her go first. That way, like if because she's in the middle, and then when she starts going, I can follow, and then if she drops, it's basically like we've got two farther points of contention, I guess, if that's the right word. Whereas like we've
Gotcha.
got
So she has to stay in the middle as I'm understanding this plan?
yeah.
Okay. Indomitable Spirit,
Yep.
it's your turn.
Alright, I will go ahead and move out. How far do you think I should go?
You got
I've
50
got
feet.
15
Yeah,
feet?
and I've got 35 movement, so I've got like 70 feet of movement dashing.
Alright. I'm just trying to think of like the length of the rope between us. I'm thinking this could work here.
Oh yeah, let's see if it's hold on. Come on.
Because it's 50 feet, because the rope is 50 feet in total length.
Yeah, and
And
then
if
it's tied around 3 of us, so that's a foot probably wrapped around each of us, so that's 3 feet. So yeah, you've got like 15 feet.
Yep, that was what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So that'll go for me, 15 feet that way.
Duly noted.
All right. It's gonna take us forever to get across this damn gap.
Mhm.
And so, jumping down, I'm assuming you're not moving, Dronga.
Now I gotta wait for Ophelia to move.
All right, Ophelia. Let's see. Just estimate if you move 15 at a time. I'm gonna save us a little game time.
That's what I was wondering about that.
All right, so 15, it's another round. So it looks like it would take you about 5 total rounds to cross, a round to untie yourself, and then give chase. So you're
Yeah.
looking at about around 7 rounds behind.
Okay, that's not so bad.
Yeah, that's not terrible. I'd rather take 7 rounds behind than 15.
Yeah.
So we will jump forward to the other group. We'll just actually have no need for this map at all anymore.
All right.
See? And we will have no purpose to even have it. So we will move forward to the chase. Has anybody ever done a chase? Just out of curiosity.
I have never done
We've
so.
done a couple.
I think once, but we didn't have the blah, 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 blah. We didn't have like the tripping hazards or anything built in, so
So what we're going to do is this is going to evolve. The set of chase comes really simple. You have a pursuer and a quarry. They are the quarry. Any participants not involved are not following these rules. I'm going to go ahead and put some negatives on the initiatives of those who are further behind. So let's drop Queen Ophelia down if I can, or at least put her at a 1, Kosjurkis at a 1, Indomitable Spirit at a 1, and Dronga at a 1. Okay. So I'm going to move you guys together and put your initiatives there and move them back. We'll just stick Kosjurkis here. All right. So when you are giving chase, it's just like in combat. You take one action and move on your turn. The chase ends when one side drops out or the quarry escapes. The chase begins. You determine the starting distance, which is 80 feet. I measured it. When you guys got over there, you started your movement. You were already a little behind, but you both had some movement. So we're going to go over the distances. And so we are going to be using this. There you go. You are rounds behind. Starting distance is 80 feet. So with that, you're obviously motivated to use dash. It's real simple. You can stop to cast spells, but you risk losing your quarry if you do that. But if you think you have a spell that'll help, there you go. Dashing, real simple. You can dash a number of times equal to 3 plus your Constitution modifier. Agile Smoke has a Constitution modifier of +1. He can dash for 4 rounds. After that, he starts having to make Constitution checks or gain a level of exhaustion. And you can keep going if you have levels of exhaustion, but you are risking exhaustion is pretty harsh, so bear that in mind. So, and in regards to the actual complications, that is really simple. As you're running, you have a table of complications. I have them. Each person rolls on the d20 at the end of your turn, each side. You roll the d20, and the complication affects the other team. So at the end of Rolen and Agile's turn, you guys roll a d20, and your complication would affect them. They will roll a d20, their complication will affect you.
Okay.
So we'll start this off with them and you guys. One of you roll a d20. I don't care which. I'll take the first one I see. They're rolling a d20. They got it. All right. So you guys actually get to go first. So you are moving your 60 feet, presumably.
Yep.
Okay. And what's that?
Sorry, I was. No, you do your thing first.
And you can move your 60 feet and roll a d20 unless you have something you want to do in terms of action, spell, or something like that.
I was gonna. And I know it's kind of risky, but I'm gonna use my bonus action to actually drop my fighter form.
Got it?
That's all I can really do that turn. I'll roll a d20.
Okay. No complication on a. Oh, that was a 5. Came out as a 5 instead of a 15. I saw a 15.
Yeah, I saw a 15 as well. What the hell? Glad to know I'm not the
Saw
only
that,
one going
but
nuts.
That's just me.
So you moved 60 feet and rolled a 5. A 5 requires the other side to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw. And as they were running, a cloud of spore dust and dirt is thrown into the air, and they will need to make a Constitution saving throw. And I will use this one here for. And this one for this gentleman. Let me close these down to save my headache. So you have, as they are running, they have one of them is apparently caught in the dust and only moves 30 feet on his next turn. So round 1, they moved. You guys moved 60 feet. and the enemy moved 60 feet, and Drow 8 was blinded by dust. I have to apparently open the door. Let's see what they roll real quick. It's for your complication, if any, and I will open the door for the cat. They roll a 13, which is no complication for you. Let's see. Distance between remains the same. If you're not seeing what I'm typing, I just updated it, so it should update. So as you guys are pursuing,
Okay.
they are keeping up as best they can, and they are. You get the distance is the same, but you can see one of them has been blinded, and you can now choose to move, use an action, or dash. And that's up to Agile, Smoke, and Rolen.
I'm just gonna dash.
Yeah, dash.
And Rolen, what's your con mod?
+3.
+3. You get 6 rounds of dash. All right, give me a d20, sir. It's a no complication. All right. I'm going to split these into 2 groups as they are moving. The first group moves 60 feet, and the other one moved 30 feet. I'm going to type this out, and the other keep this updated for you guys. And as you can see, it's split into 2 groups. The enemy of 3 are 80 feet ahead, whereas the group of 1 is blinded and suffered a penalty. And as Drow are oft wont to do, they just left him behind.
Gotcha.
They rolled a complication. As you 2 are running, a sudden drop catches you by surprise and need a dexterity saving throw to navigate this impediment.
Dex
Both, eh?
save.
DC's 10.
Nice.
With no issue there, you guys managed to run on.
Cool.
And do you guys want to do anything?
No. Basically, if I get within 60 feet of Kosjurkis at any time, I'll do something. But
Okay.
other than that, no.
Give me a roll. No complication there.
Fuck. Shit.
They are continuing to try to keep the distance as great as possible. Now they have a Constitution modifier of +2 and +3 here. So this is going to matter because we're going to start doing some checks soon. So they need to roll. There was no complication for you, and they rolled a 9, which is a complication, unfortunately, for you. As you guys are running along, they are maintaining the distance. There's still, let me update this so you can see round 3, if you can take a look there. Your path takes you near an area covered by sharp rocks. Dexterity saving throw of 15, or use 10 feet of movement to avoid it. So you can use it. Let me rephrase that. I may have said that weird. Use 10 feet of movement or make a dexterity saving throw. So you can take a 10 feet movement penalty for the round.
I'm gonna take a 10-foot penalty.
Yeah, I probably should have waited until he.
You're fine. You can choose to take it. It was my fault for not.
That's okay. Okay, so then yeah, 10 feet penalty.
Okay. And give me a d20, please.
You want to do it this time?
Sure. Why did it not go? I got 18 anyways. Okay, well, that's whatever.
Which one do you want? I'll let you.
I would like the first one that I rolled, 18. I just don't
Alright.
know why the dice is not doing whatever it wants.
It just does what it wants. 18 is no complication.
Shit. Should have taken the 5.
And you rolled a 18. Trying to keep this updated and not ruin everything. So they move 60 feet. So the distance is now 90 feet for the 3,
Fuck.
60 feet for the 1, and on round 5, we have a little funny feature. They need to roll their d20. Let's see what they rolled. 12, which is no complication, which is good, but Agile Smoke is, I believe he had a +1. Yes. So
Yeah.
on round 5, he has to do a Constitution check. You just double click on the con score on the left
On the left. Do do.
of his main tab.
Oh, balls.
He is. He is.
Damn.
Exhaustion. Disadvantage on ability check. So he can keep running. He
Fuck.
doesn't suffer a movement penalty.
Okay.
So do you want to move your full 60 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. And who wants to roll now?
You can roll one. You can roll again.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. As they are running, they are forced to run through a swarm of insects, specifically an Underdark specific version of ticks. And they make an attack of opportunity against the drow. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 9, 13, 11, and 18. And this one actually does take damage.
Yes.
He takes 7 points of damage with a max roll there. And this one takes 8. I'm sorry, a 7 as well. Bringing his damage to a total of 8. That's what I was trying to say. But it doesn't seem to slow them down.
Ah.
So on round 5, they move 60 feet. You move 60 feet. You see no distance changed with that roll. But they did take damage. So now we find ourselves at round 6 with another con save, this time DC, or con check, DC 11.
Con save.
It's probably the same. You can roll either one.
Oh, balls.
Oh man, right below both times.
And with that, his speed is halved.
All right. I think he's gonna stop running. I think he's gonna shoot a crossbow the next time his turn comes around.
Alrighty. And Rolen, he can move now 30 feet. You can move 60. This is your. This is going to be your turn. So Agile moved 30 feet. And
So I'd use my movement, and then can I use an action to shoot a crossbow?
You can move 15 feet and shoot a crossbow, or move 30 feet in total.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I'll do 15, and then shoot a crossbow because the crossbow is what's the range on that? 80 over 320. Yeah, so they're about 90 feet.
What the front row, the leader and his 2 of the guards are 90. One of them is only 60 feet away.
So I'll get the one who's got is there like one in front of the guy with Kosjurkis?
They're all moving and shuffling. You can target any of them you want.
I just don't want to hit Kosjurkis, but I want to try and like hit one. That way, like if he stumbles from the attack, then he trips up the guy who's holding Kosjurkis and gives us a chance to catch up.
Oh, fair. Then that would be a disadvantage attack roll
Okay.
for
so
the distance. He's 90 feet away.
That's fine. Whew.
You hit him. Roll some damage. I'll drag it over.
Boop. Really? That's so annoying.
I can understand. You do damage him.
Ah.
And Rolen, he is falling behind. What do you have here?
I'm gonna keep moving my full dash.
Okay. And I need, as I update this, I will need you to give me a roll. 8 on the complications table. There is a small rock slide and forcing the drow to make a saving throw or take damage. Let's do the saving throw here. Dexterity DC is 10. We have 3 passes. One actually rolled a 10, just barely making it. And this one comes out with a 21. So you do not slow them or damage them. And so for you here, they increase by, at this point, let's see, 135 feet from them. Just type that up, and that is the updated. Agile, you have pretty much fallen out of this chase.
Yeah.
All right, for round 7, do you want to keep going alone, Rolen?
Yeah, I'll turn back if I really get into trouble. But I'm gonna
Fair.
keep following.
And what was your con bonus?
+3.
Okay. So this is the round you will need to make a constitution check, and as well, they will need to make a con check. So you're able to keep going.
Nice.
And see, and you are gonna want to make your full, or you wanting to do anything else?
No, just full dash movement. I gotta
All
be
right.
closer.
You can give me a roll then. All right. Let's see here. And for them, we'll do this with a con check here and a con check here. And DC is 10. This first one they passed, one of which is barely passed.
Shit.
And so the distance for them remains the same. And let's see what your complication does if they don't. What'd you roll? A 4? A stream crosses their path. They have to make an acrobatics or athletics check to cross the impediment. The failed check results in a loss of 10 movement speed. All right. One side passes. The leader also passes. No penalty.
Man, why are they so good?
Right? Dang it.
Well, you usually don't send your worst to catch the people that have been in making their way away for a while. All right. And they come up with a 6 as you are going. There is a sudden shoot that appears off to the side, and you need to make an athletics check DC 10 to jump it or suffer a penalty of 10 feet.
Nice.
All right. You jump it and presumably keep running if you can make this con save or con check. That'll do it. And a d20 for a complication.
We Firbolgs, we're long distance runners.
And that is a barely made DC there, but still made. All right. So you moved your full 60. Let's see what they have. And 11 is a no complication. Their con check comes away with a DC 11 as well. 21. And a 4 as he also suffered, or he actually suffers a penalty. All right, Rolen. They both maintain their same speed, but one is apparently starting to suffer some effects. And as you are moving along, you are caught in the same rock slide as rocks come tumbling down from your left as you are running. You are going to make a dexterity saving throw, which is your really good.
I suck.
Not,
So.
not.
Shit.
All right, you lose half movement for that round, this upcoming round. So you can move 15 feet, take an action, move 30 feet, or take no action.
So just, sorry, say that again.
Your speed for this round is 15 feet. You can double
Okay.
move at 30 or take an action and move 15.
I will double move 30, and then since I'm starting to fall behind, I will wild shape into a dire wolf.
Fair enough.
This action, which has now a speed of 50.
Nice.
Indeed.
Holy
So-
shit, you're gonna be able to
and-
catch up to them.
Give me a d20, please.
Yep.
All right. And you are indeed catching up if they can. As you are running, did you shapeshift yourself? You did. You did keep. Let me set this up. So they only move. So it was originally 90 feet and 60 feet, I believe. There we go. From there. What's that?
So yeah, I lost 30 feet, right? So
You did. You did lose 30 feet, and you did wild shape. So what happens is the two drow, one falling behind and one not falling behind, both, as they look over their shoulder and see you doing what it is that you do, running as a dire wolf, stop and level a crossbow at you. Now, crossbow has a limited range. Let me pull that up. Their hand crossbow, I believe it is. Yep, 30 feet, 120 feet. They're going to suffer disadvantage as they fire their hand crossbow at you, but for this purpose, we're going to have you roll initiative. And I'm going to roll the initiative for the NPCs. There we go. So we'll move this back to round one, and we will. The drow who is ahead moves back to right here. And fires her hand crossbow at you. That's a range of 70 feet. So yeah, that's absolutely at disadvantage, but she's trying. Comes away with a 4 and a miss. This drow fires first the crossbow, trying to hit you, and scoring a successful hit, doing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw for you.
and poisoned arrows.
All right,
Of
Rolen.
course they would blockade.
Agile, you're only
can I
one
run
round
past them,
behind.
or-
Okay.
You would have to push them out of the way, and I can tell you the rules for that are pretty simple.
Okay.
So you move up to them if you can.
Yeah, well, I have to dash to even get to them anyway, so.
That's probably all you can do this round. You can try to. There's not much you can do.
Okay. I lose.
Serving.
Well, I still move 60 feet technically, so that's alright.
If you want to try and give me an athletics check, I will let you move 45 feet instead of 60, and you can jump over them.
Can try and do that, yeah. Sorry, an athletics check?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's not going to do it.
Rough.
It was almost a 17. Fucking rolled.
So that'll take half your movement, and you can move another 15 feet in any direction of your desire, but that's about all you can do.
I'm just gonna move right up. Screw it. Try to push past next round.
Duly noted. All right, we'll move this up to the top as they drop another hand crossbow at you, this time at regular, and it's a Constitution saving throw, please. And
Oh no.
that was damage. And this one fires as well. This time a miss.
So can I just try to
Push.
push or jump over them or whatever?
Well, you got to jump because you were running.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
So shove is a specific ability that you can use. It is an action, but if you have multiple actions, you only use one. Do you have extra attack?
No, not with the direwolf.
Okay, so you can shove. You do an athletics check, and they can choose acrobatics or athletics. You can only target one, and you can move them back 5 feet.
Choose this drow 24.
Okay, athletics or acrobatics at your choice.
Shit.
You shove her backwards against her will.
And now I can try to move past.
You can. You'll take double attacks of opportunity.
It's with a melee weapon, though, right?
It is. They can use their one. They can attack you.
Oh man, that was a lot.
They hit you with their poison
good.
short sword.
Oh, not good.
Nope. Okay, I might be down.
Oh
Well,
fuck.
out of my shapeshift, anyways.
Oh,
You can
that's good.
redraw. You only get 15 feet.
Yeah.
The damage exceeded by 13. Did that? Yeah, that did carry over, didn't it?
It did.
Yep. Good.
I can only move 15. Ah, shit.
30. You're 30.
Oh, 30. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you already took the tax of opportunity. You might as well take your movement.
Exactly.
You already
I can't
paid the price for it.
Okay, then I will. Since they knocked me out of it, I'm gonna bonus action. Probably heal myself, or otherwise I'm gonna get down pretty quick. Fuck it. 3rd level. Healing word. And that's it.
Okay. Agile Smoke comes up from behind with 2 levels of exhaustion, half his speed. Agile Smoke, you are on the map. You are currently suffering disadvantage on ability checks, and your speed is half. So that's a double move for you. That's all you can do. Okay. As the drow see you stop to heal, they take off running. Down the other passage. The passage you're on is the passage
They were going.
They were going.
Yeah, okay. At this point, though, I don't have much else, so I'm just gonna stop.
Are you going to give pursuit of either group?
No, I'll make my way back to the main group, and we'll have to do the passive chase.
That one roll slowed you down just enough.
Yep.
And having expendable people, in the Drow's opinion, to throw behind to obstruct you helps.
All I needed was just to get in like 60-foot range, though, and I would heal Kosjurkis, and then maybe he could do something to
There you go.
slow them down. But nope, it didn't happen. They were too good.
Let's take a break, and we will pick up with the conclusion here. Sorry, Kosjurkis, you're spending a bit of the time asleep.
Hey,
Poor
no
bugger.
problem, man. No problem at all.
See you guys in 5 minutes.
Yeah. See you in 5.
So I see one check mark. How was that person's day?
Relatively uneventful for the time being, but doing all right. Doing all right.
Tis good. Tis good. We got two. Two are back. Might be Tasha. She just went in the room. Might not be Tasha. I don't know.
It's his eye, my dear.
That's good. Tis good.
Tis I, my master of dragons.
You're a weird one. I love you though.
You're welcome.
If I were you, Tasha, I would start checking that email. Well, I mean, I guess it tells you when something comes in, but I assume they're going to start sending you emails about a week before class that tells you what to expect.
I've already looked at it like 47 times. I'm so fucking nervous.
It'll be fine. You got this.
I'm back.
He hath returned. What's up with you, Mal? How's your day been?
Pretty good, pretty chill. Haven't really done anything except this, which is a good day.
Shit. We were at the drive-in till midnight, and then we woke up at 7, left the house at 7:30, go to the college.
Nice.
Drive-in, social distancing, movie time.
Things you never would have expected to make a comeback in 2020, I guess.
We actually never stopped going to the drive-in because we both grew up poor, so that was part of our childhood.
Nice.
I don't know how big they are up in Canada, but they're pretty big here.
Not really a thing around me, but I know some people, like, they do exist. But
They're really big where Tasha and I grew up, which is kindly referenced as the ghetto.
What's popular in the ghetto?
Drive-ins.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a couple around where I am.
yeah.
It's where you find the classiest people. Last night, well, in the middle of the movie, 4 cars, 4 like Escalades showed up.
I'm back.
The people got out of the car, began having a nice loud conversation, then got back in their car, turned on their lights, and left.
Because I have my volume turned down.
What a bunch of turds.
I mean, what do you do at that point? Like, say something to them and then have to beat somebody up in the middle, or get beat up in the drive-in? And you know if they're at the drive-in, they are about that life.
I mean, they were smoking the wacky tobacco also, so
That's
that
true.
could be different.
I've been going to the drive-in since I was a kid, because, as I said, grew up poor. It is beyond a shadow of a doubt I have never been to the drive-in and not smelled just copious amounts of marijuana. It's just what they do. It's a bunch of rednecks drinking and smoking weed. Ghetto people drinking and smoking weed.
Yeah.
Of all flavors and stripes.
Basically,
All right. Basically what?
fabulous.
Just our style of life.
I left the hood, but the hood didn't leave me.
And you said that with the
Amazing.
with the accent of like the Appalachian Trail.
I liked
left
it a
the
lot.
hood, but the hood didn't leave me.
Oh, Jesus.
There is that. On that happy note, we will resume our game. So as the party catches up, separating the party, and not dying, which is probably a D&D first, you are able to reassess and subsequently discuss your plans, if any, should occur to you.
Well, don't
Awesome.
everyone just speak all up at once.
Well, you see, I am trying to think about the way that we go and catch Kosjurkis, yes?
That's the best
Oh
imitation of an imitated accent I've heard.
Oh my god.
Fucking awesome.
You're welcome. So, do we, how you say, do we chase them or should we track them? We don't want to make sure, we want to make sure that Kosjurkis is still alive, yes?
Well, now that we lost them, I think we should just track them slowly and figure out where they're going and maybe plan a course of action once we find where he is.
Yes, yes. And we should take a break because, I am, oh my gosh, I am exhausted.
Mm-hmm. A long rest might do us, but then we're 8 hours behind wherever they go.
We could chase them until they camp down, and we could camp down at the same time.
That's true. Then we can just track them. But you're moving a little bit slower than usual.
This is true. This is true.
You lose all levels of exhaustion acquired on a chase after a short rest.
Oh,
Okay.
short rest. Oh, well
Oh, that
then
makes
let's
it a
just
lot
take
more
rest.
doable.
let's
Yeah.
take a friggin' hour then.
They're like half levels of exhaustion. They only apply temporarily because it's not from actual exhaustion, it's just from being tired.
Ah, okay, okay.
I'm down for an hour then.
Yeah, so we take an hour, we relax, and we think about how we want to do this.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got you, Gloomstalker, best tracker we got.
That's very nice. That's very nice of you to say.
So I will apply a short rest. Let those of you who desire to use hit dice use hit dice.
Yeah, how do I do that on here? Because I'm
On your
half
character,
health.
on your character sheet, main tab, very bottom, you should have 5. You just double click
Huh.
the 5. It rolls on its own, heal show automatically, and tracks it automatically.
Perfect.
You gain half the number, the max, rounded down on a long rest. So if you had 5 total, you'll gain 2 every time you take a long rest.
Okay.
And
Moreau's Song of Healing would have come in real handy right about now, but oh well.
Yeah. Bards, eh?
Yep.
oh yeah. All right. So after your short rest, you guys are going to, I assume, have him tracking.
Yeah.
The Gloomstalker has his actual Gloomstalker magic and so forth. It's not a good picture of Gloomstalker, I don't think. So he has Umbral Sight. He doesn't have that.
Whoops.
Let's check that out. Let's pull up his Gloomstalker stuff. So he can track, I believe, natural, explore, underdark, difficult terrain. Can't become lost. You can track even at a normal pace. Stealthy at a normal pace, twice as much food. While tracking other creatures, you can also learn their exact number, their sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area. This is still a survival check. So he will need to do a survival check, but if he's successful, he will be able to easily track them.
Okay. You want me to roll that now then?
Yes, please. When you guys start tracking, how about that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically right after a short
Yeah,
rest.
I was gonna say basically we'd rest up and then go. Oh, come on.
Well, given that they're running, the DC is 7.
Oh, okay. That's nice. They're not trying to hide their tracks, so that makes it easier to find them.
You're not trying to even not make tracks. So you guys track them. Let's see. All right, as you track them forward, you move into a cavern after roughly another half mile of tracking. So it was a long series of chutes and tunnels. And you move into a large opened cavern. There are spider webs here and there, but not choked with spider webs. And as you come around a bend, the illumination of the phase res as well as lichen all around the area, you notice a glowing green light in the middle of the cavern with something laying in it.
Agile, you wanna
Oh,
sneak up
God.
there and check it out, or
Yeah, so Agile will sneak up in stealth, try to like hide to the shadows, and then see what that thing is on the ground.
Okay, give me a stealth roll.
Stealth. Ooh, natural 20. That's nice.
Okay, he sneaks forward, and laying in the middle of the glowing light is Kosjurkis. The glowing light is a very expertly drawn magic circle. It is glowing green as the runes around it are seemingly emitting this light.
Crap. Does Agile Smoke like recognize the type of magic or no?
He does not.
Shit.
Not from this distance. Let me put it
Yeah.
that way.
So he'll go back to the group, like quietly and stealthily, and then just say like, "It is Kosjurkis, but he is in a green glowing circle of magic. Who I don't know what to do."
might be another trap. Did you see anybody else around, or
I did not. I mean, I did not look really, but I can go back and look.
wouldn't mind? I would hate to fall into another trap.
This is fair.
A
So
trap
he'll
within a trap within a trap.
Yep, this is fucking ridiculous.
That's
So
not something Drow would do.
he'll go back to the spot where he was before, where he could see Kosjurkis, and like scan to see if he sees anybody else.
Okay.
Can you even give me
Perception check. Bear in mind
perception?
you can't go below 18 because that's his passive.
Oh, okay. So that's nice. Okay, 18.
There is no one
Mm.
that you see.
Okay, I'll go back and I'll just say, yeah, I do not see anybody, but the magic, I do not know what it does. Queen Ophelia, do you have any idea what the glowing green circle could do?
Nope. Seems bad though.
Yes, yes.
I can try to dispel the magic around him if it really is magic.
This seems like a good idea.
I will try to sneak up closer. This is gonna end badly, but
I wish there was a way for me to help you sneak.
yeah.
Do I have anything that I can cast around the circle to see what it is?
Yes, let me not answer until I look at your spells.
It's
No,
too bad I'm
you-
not level 6 because I would otherwise be able to shadowport myself, but alas.
Ophelia, you are primarily what is referred to as a glass cannon. You do a massive amount of damage, don't take a lot of damage. You don't have too many spells that tell you things, unfortunately. Kosjurkis does, like throw a rock at him, might wake him up. Throw a big rock at him, he might never wake up.
I was like wondering if I could heal him, but like I don't know if I heal him and he wakes up, it might just set off the trap anyways. Like I don't know.
It could also be very possible that
I'm
that
gonna-
could be an anti-magic circle.
Very
Not
true.
that, not that Spirit would know anything of that such.
I'm gonna try. Well, Roland's gonna try to kind of slowly sneak up, but also keeping a very close eye out. It's my passive, anyways. But
All right. You sneak up and take a look around. There is nobody that you can see in the general area. The lichen is illuminating the entire area. The sickly green glow of the runes is pulsating, and the ground is firm under your feet.
can I tell if it's actually like a magic glow or if it's
You
just more
can't.
of a?
Depends. Do you have detect magic? I'm checking for
I
you
do
now.
actually, as my Firbolg ability.
I thought you did. I was gonna check because I can check it. There you go. You do have it.
Exactly what I was wondering.
You don't necessarily get the exact spell, but with the magic, with the ability detect magic, you are able to first see if anything is magic, and it is magic. It is definitely magical. You can see the aura of it, and in addition to that, if you focus long enough, you can tell what school of magic it is. And for you, it is a conjuration spell.
That means nothing to roll.
Conjuration spells, let me drop those down for you. Conjuration spells tend to be, let me pull up this list so I. All right, conjuration spells, D&D Beyond. Let me snatch this up for laziness.
Like my call lightning is a conjuration spell, but
Yeah, there's a conjuration spells come in a couple varieties. For the most part, they involve summoning things into existence that aren't there. So spells like produce flame and fog cloud, ice knife, cloud of daggers, where you create a cloud of daggers without having the daggers. You conjure the daggers into existence and they cut things, and once the spell ends, they vanish. There's also spells that are transportational, such as Misty Step, and where you teleport from one place to another. So teleportation spells, creation spells, where you create food and water. Spiritual weapon, I believe, is one. Maybe not. I'd have to pull that up. And so the three versions are creation spells, teleportation spells, and literal summoning spells, where you summon a elemental from the elemental plane to your plane to fight for you and then dismiss him. Those are the three classifications that you usually find on conjuration spells.
okay. So I'm gonna kind of walk back to the group. How far away would he be from us, like right now?
It's your choice.
Can I get within 120 feet of him?
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be
Fairly
anything
easily.
stopping you.
Okay. I'll go back, talk to the group real quick, and I'll say, get ready to fight. I'm probably gonna spring this trap again, unfortunately.
So I
But at
guess
least we're
Agile,
aware.
yeah, Agile Smoke will get into like the shadows and stealth, and then Dronga will stand up front, axe at the ready. Actually, what was her thing here? Mace at the ready.
Got it. Nothing happens as you move closer. You said 120 feet.
Yeah, at least 120 feet. I'll get within, like, say, 90 feet.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay, I will cast Dispel Magic on the circle. Oh wait, no, I can't. Oh, I have no more third level spells. Shit. Spell slots anymore. Crap. Well, my plan just went to shit.
Fuck, what'd I miss? I had to run and grab my dinner.
I was gonna cast Dispel Magic, but then I realized I don't have any more third level spell slots left.
Oh no!
I wasted them. But no. Nope. Don't know what to do anymore. What do you guys got?
I could just run up and grab him.
I was just about to suggest the same thing.
Yeah. It might just conjure something.
Yeah, it's not anything that we couldn't take. I don't think. The cowards just left him here, trying to bide their time.
Left them here for a reason, though, and they left them here for us to find. Is what I'm worried about.
We'll be fine.
I don't really have a better plan, though. So I'm gonna have. Okay, I'm gonna go up within like 60 feet of it.
Okay.
Anything happening?
Nothing's happening.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have Healing Word prepped and ready to go whenever they pick Kosjurkis up.
All right. Dronga will run forward and like try and she wouldn't care. And just try and like scoop up Kosjurkis and like run back.
Okay. As you run forward, you scoop him up, and nothing happens.
Okay, and then so as soon as Kosjurkis is in her arms, I'll cast Healing Word on Kosjurkis. Step first level.
Give me 1 second to get something added here. It's nothing for you guys. Something I needed to adjust his hit points so you can heal him as you see fit. All right, so as you heal him, you have, let me take this unconscious off of him and this stable. He didn't bleed to death, so there's always that. Let's not forget about that.
Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
You notice as you look at him, now that you're taking a look at him, he's been bandaged. Like the wounds he had were bandaged.
Okay.
Would there be a reason that the guys after you would patch him up after beating him almost to death?
Slaves are worth more alive, I think.
Yeah, but not to bandage them up. Just make them heal on their own.
Somebody else took care of our drow friends and left our friend here for us to find, but that seems improbable.
As this conversation is taking place, you notice that the ground starts to rumble a little.
Good.
With that,
Which way is it coming from?
the entire cavern.
Oh, good.
So at this point, the rumbling accelerates pretty quickly in a matter of maybe 4 or 5 seconds, and you see cracks begin spreading from that magic circle, as well as cracks spreading from the ceiling directly above the magic circle. Kosjurkis, you're awake, so there's that. And as you are acclimating yourself to this area, we are going to start on a quick description of the scene. So, around you in this cavern are 2 tunnels, the one you came out of and the one on the opposite side. This cavern is cracking, both above and below. It looks like the cracks above are a little more concerning, as the cracks below will not rain stone down upon your heads. The cavern itself is falling apart. This is going to be, as the text on the page just explained, a skills challenge. Skills challenge is a way to resolve situations that are threatening to your characters, but not involving combat. You have your choice is you can decide what your goal is, but generally it's to get out of danger. So here's the basic rules of a skills challenge if you didn't read it. The basic rules of a skills challenge goes something like this. There are 3 failures equal you fail the skills challenge as a group. So if Kosjurkis fails and then Rolen fails, that's 2 fails. It's not 3 each, it's 3 failures total. The number of successes changes depending on the difficulty, as does the DC of the skills challenge. It's pretty straightforward. As you, when it's your turn, there is no initiative order. You guys can go in any order that makes you happy. This is not combat. You are not limited by the following things. You are not limited by your spell slots. You are not limited by your abilities usage limits. You are not limited by by the movement rules. That is not how this works. So you don't have to say, well, that doesn't mean you can't use them. It means you're not limited by them. So there are numerous things to keep that in mind. You cannot request a skills check. And by a skills challenge, it refers to attack rolls, skills, ability checks, saving throws, proficiency rolls, all of these tools. You can use any of that. You can use any ability you want. The process goes like this. You are in this situation. You explain to me what you want to do, what your character wants to do to get out of this situation. Based off of your description, I will give you a check to make. If your description doesn't align with something, a skill, I will prompt you for more information. So creativity is good, as well as being descriptive. So you can't say I want to do an athletic check. Another is once a skill is used, another person can't use it. You have to think on your feet. You cannot have a situation where everybody is trying to do the same thing. You guys need to look at your characters, look at your abilities. You are also not limited by the spells you have. For example, if a wizard or a sorcerer wants to use their magical energy to try to teleport forward 30 feet, that's not a spell that you have. It is still something you can do with a successful check. That isn't something you're normally able to pull off. And critical successes give you 2 successes. Critical failures give you 2. And the last thing in terms of rules is you have the ability to use aid ally. That means whatever you focus on helping your friend, you still have to describe how you're going to help them, and you will give them advantage on their next roll. The DC for aid ally is 5 lower, usually, than the DC for all other successful skills. And that you don't have to memorize these rules. I will be enforcing them. I'm just giving you an overview. And if you fail on it, it still counts as a failure, and it still counts as a success, but the DC is easier. The one thing of note is most of you have played video games or something like that in your life. You know, when they show you a trailer that has gameplay and it shows the actual abilities you use, that's analogous to D&D combat. When you're playing and you're in combat against those drow, there's initiative, there's attack rolls, you use the abilities you have. When you run out of them, you can't use them anymore. You are out of wild shapes, even if your character's not out of wild shapes. There's no limitation on it. A skills challenge is essentially a cutscene. It is not designed to restrict you to the standard rules. It's designed to allow you to do things that your character may or may not be able to do within reason. Obviously, you can't say they jump through a portal to another dimension, but a lot of common ones that you can give examples of: a monk who is obviously dexterous, choosing to run along the wall or run up falling pieces of debris to get elevation. If with a successful check, you can, even though that isn't necessarily representative in the rules. That's why a skills challenge is more akin to a cutscene that may not represent all of the exact abilities. It is the way to represent your characters achieving or failing to achieve an outcome without in a heroic way without the limitations of the rules. That is the whole enjoyment is creativity and coming up with unusual things. Bear in mind, this is not intended as a hampering, it is intended to be fun, creative, and enjoyable all around. The more fun you have with it, the more fun everyone has with it. So,
On the plus side, we don't have to worry about any pesky QTEs, so there's always that.
what is QTE?
Quick time
Quick time.
events.
Ah, gotcha.
Save or die, but for video games.
Yep. Press X to not die.
Yeah, pretty much.
X.
So, bear in mind that you want to favor the things that your character is good at. Look at your skill list. If your character is good at knowledge arcana or intelligence arcana, or you have a good check on religion or deception, obviously in this case, but all of these skills are the things you want to find a way to use. If you can find a way to make it sound like it's feasible, I'll give you a check on it. So, I will let's see, who has the most experience at D&D? Mal, you got the most experience at
I was
D&D.
going to say, that's not me.
Yeah.
All right. So
You're going first. You are in the middle of a cavern. There's a tunnel behind you, a tunnel in front of you. The ceiling is cracking, and it is beginning to rain small rocks that will probably very quickly be followed by big rocks.
Okay. Can I try to use some, like, as he wakes up and he's just like in Dronga's arms, I guess. He looks up and he sees these rocks are starting to come down. Can he use his magic to try and like hold them in place for a little bit longer?
Yes, that's a intelligence arcana check.
Yeah. I'm real good at this, guys. Let's see. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so as Kosjurkis holds up his hands, pulling in the arcane energy, he seems to create a flat surface above the group within about 70 feet in every direction. As the rocks their small rocks are falling, they begin to accumulate on an invisible plane of force, some of which breaking into dust. And you can already see the sweat beating on Kosjurkis' head, presumably as he either stays in Dronga's arms or moves forward on his own. I'll let him decide on that. But it doesn't look like he's going to be able to hold this force very long, but he has so far prevented you from being dropped upon for at least a short while. Are you moving as well, or are you going to just let her carry you?
Just let her carry me.
Smart.
All right. For this round, I'm going to force you guys into an order just to kind of get in the habit of it. By the way, skills challenges will become more frequent. They start at level 5 in my game because that's really the level you have enough command of your abilities to have fun with it. Otherwise, you're level 1 doing nothing. But we'll do them more often. So if you're not super comfortable with it right now, that's perfectly acceptable. They get more fun the more you do them and the stronger you get. Rolen, you're second.
Right. I'm gonna try to kind of like call out to the plants and like will my energy into the like all the mushrooms, I guess, all the mushrooms around us to kind of clear a path to make it easier for us, and also try to like, grow up and around us if it can, kind of almost make like a tunnel.
Okay, and are you going forward or back?
I don't know actually. Are we going forward or back?
It's up to you, man. Where are we going?
Oh, let's go back.
Yeah. Smart choice.
Forward is following drow, so let's go back
Yeah.
and find another way around.
Okay, give me a nature check.
I'm supposed to be good with nature, but I'm not really.
Let me.
Druid who's not good with nature. Oh boy. That's not a good combo.
Let's bring this up since we've already done this. All right. He brings up his energy, pulling mushrooms to grow out of the ground on their own. And that isn't quite the best you've ever done, but the mushrooms don't quite grow tall enough to shield you from the soon to be falling rocks. They accumulate above you, but they are sufficient to form a path to the tunnel you came out of. This path, as the mycelium of the mushrooms seem to interlace with the roots of the moss, it seems to hold the ground together along the way. So at least for the moment, the ground is not going to fall out from underneath you. But Kosjurkis is looking increasingly tired with his shield, so you may have some raining rocks in the near future. Did you also want to make a movement, or you stay in there?
I'll make a movement towards the tunnel.
All right, you move off towards the tunnel. I don't honestly know exactly how much experience Dronga and Indomitable Spirit have, but I know Queen Ophelia is coming up on 3 years, so she gets to go third. All right, Queen Ophelia. And again, this is new for everybody, so just kind of give me an idea of what you want to do. You do have your power, your command of arcane magic, but that's already been used. You do have your control of divine magic, so that one hasn't been used. Or you can just straight up run.
Let me see.
Of all things, this kind of reminds me of the activities we did back in Velkenville, only not.
It is. It's similar.
So I'll do my divine magic.
Divine magic is tied to the gods, so you'd be calling out to the gods asking for a magical effect.
Ask the gods to, I don't know, put the roof back. I don't know, move us around.
So let's see. So you call out to the gods and ask them to move you closer to safety?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Give me a religion check on your sheet, please. There we go. That's just enough there as you beseech the holy creatures and entities that grant you your holy magic. Let's see here. I need to bring up, what did you pick for, did you pick one? I don't know. You don't have to because you are an sorcerer. I didn't know if you happen to. So you call out to any god, goddess, or divine being that would intervene on your party's behalf and move you closer. Did you also want to move? Like physically, like run towards the exit?
Yeah.
Okay. So as Queen Ophelia takes off running right behind Rolen, the mushrooms sprouting around your feet, the mycelium and roots of the mushroom strapping the stone back together, the rocks falling above you, hitting a plane of solid force. You notice that Queen Ophelia's eyes begin to glow a radiant yellowish light, almost akin to the same color as Dawnbringer. And
Dear
as
Lord,
she
she's a
does that,
Sith Lord! Discard. I'm kidding.
at the same time, the entire cavern wavers slightly, and the entire party is moved approximately a third of the way closer to the exit you've chosen. In about a half a second, the fading light from her eyes disappears. At the same time, you guys are still 2/3 of the way in danger.
Okay, but still, that was so cool.
Dronga or Indomitable Spirit. Indomitable, you've been in the game longer, so you get to go first. She gets to go last.
So, you know how, like, cats tend to just freak out and just bolt off running for, like, no
Yes.
specified reason? That's basically exactly what Spirit does. She's just freaked the hell out at everything going, especially being suddenly just teleported, like, several feet in an instance. She just drops to the floor on all fours and just takes off running.
All right. Straight out sprint. Give me a
Yes.
Constitution check.
Uh,
You have to read me the number as I'm setting something
that
downstairs.
is a 12 total.
Total 12.
Yes.
And as she is, let me set those down. She drops to all fours, begins sprinting straight out. As soon as she does, a mushroom pops up in her path, and she stumbles and trips and skids all the way across her face.
Oh, nice.
Rough.
And she seems to begin falling behind as everybody is running. Obviously, you're all running at the same time. And that marks the first failure of the group. With that, Dronga, you're coming in. For the
Okay.
record, it's players, not characters, so Agile Smoke is just trailing along.
Yeah, that's fine. So, Dronga's got like Kosjurkis, as in like a football hold, like as if she's like running with him, like in her arm underneath her armpit, and like anytime a rock like falls in front of her, she just straight up punches the crap out of it, and just keeps booking through the tunnel there.
Sounds good. Let's do that in athletics check, because that's what that's going to be.
Oh no.
No,
So
I
she
just
runs through, and she runs through. She is dodging left, dodging right, trying to. And as the spell of Kosjurkis begins to fall, some small rocks begin, and she punches the first one. She punches the second one, and she tries to punch the third one, the biggest one. She mixes her hands up and slams Kosjurkis' face into a falling rock.
Oh no!
Further canceling his concentration, and the rocks begin to fall.
I'm sorry, little buddy.
He's just screaming incoherently this whole
Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
All right, let's take a
Wait.
look here at these saves and successes. You have 2 failures, 3 successes. You don't know how many successes it takes to succeed, but it's 3 failures to fail. The checks you see there are what you have used. They cannot be used this round,
This is fine.
or it can't be used until the person who used it. So, Kosjurkis, you are going to
Mhm.
go, and you can't use Arcane again.
Okay. Well, this time he's gonna writhe his way out of Dronga's arms as the rocks are starting to fall now, and he's gonna try and dip, duck, dodge, and weave between them.
Okay. And that is going to be an acrobatics check.
Yeah, I'm okay at this. Oh no!
Oh fuck.
not okay enough.
Oh no, we're gonna get buried under here.
Okay. As you dip, duck, and dodge with a bleeding nose, you get hit on the back of the tail by a rock, pulling you down. So that puts you at least for this skills challenge, a partial failure. And a full failure comes if you get an unknown number of failures past this. So not all skills challenges have partial failures. It's an option. I did put that in because of obvious this is your first one. So you are at a partial failure, meaning there will be a consequence you suffer regardless of the fact if you beat the successes. So there will be a level of failure. For the rest of the party, we will see how that goes. And that moves it next to Rolen, and Arcane is now back on the table for this one. Once we get more used to these, the moratorium on skills will last longer.
Have I noticed any kind of animal life? I probably not, but I just
Various insects and things like that. The Underdark is not really barren. It's just most of it wants to kill you.
yeah, fair enough. Okay, instead of that, then I will kind of look.
So you're
up at the
basically
ceiling.
saying that the Underdark is just the fantasy realm of Australia,
Yes.
then? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just had to
No
ask.
worries. So yeah, I'll be looking up at the ceiling, and I'm gonna try to see if I can kind of predict the path of like the larger rocks coming down, and try to guide the group around where I think they're gonna land.
Okay. Give me an insight check to see if you can predict the patterns of the rocks. Easily predicting and guiding the party around. You move the party closer to the exit without being crushed, minus, Kosjurkis' crushed tail.
Yeah.
That puts a nature check back on the list. And moving Queen Ophelia, it is now your turn.
Okay.
And anything you want, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is new to everybody. Any description you want.
Um. Are there? Do we see any drow?
You see no drow around you.
Because I have a really high persuasion.
I understand that. I mean, if you can think of a way to use persuasion, you can. Use your religion to contact the gods.
You can tell the rocks to stop falling.
Arcana is back on the table, though, and you are a sorceress, so you could use magic, and it doesn't have to fit any spells. Think of it like a movie. Think of it like a movie cutscene. What would you think a wizard would do if they were going to try to stop rocks from hitting them?
Try to pep talk us into moving faster.
You can try to use persuasion to. That's another one. Like Roland said, you can use your persuasion to try and give the party a pep talk to move faster. That's completely valid. All right. Persuade.
Come on, guys. We are going to die if you don't move faster.
A little fear motivator there. And the persuasion comes out a success and puts you at 5 successes. Run, as Queen Ophelia calls out, and it seems to motivate Kosjurkis to throw the rock off his tail and begin running again. And with that, it moves it to Indomitable Spirit, and religion is back on the table.
Well, as Spirit gets up to try to continue running, the earlier teleportation effect triggers a long-held memory that she had back in Mastika, growing up among her tribe, of the warriors of Shadow being able to train and hunt, and seemingly to be able to use the shadows themselves as a way to transport themselves long distances. She remembers taking the first trainings of her, the first steps of her training, and recalls the basic steps that she was shown, but never actually tried doing this before. So, in a hint of desperation, she closes her eyes while trying to run to attempt the sacred art of Shadow Step, even though she's not formally trained in this at all.
Outstanding. For those of you who are wondering, he is planning on taking I believe, had the choice. He didn't take it yet. He's a Way of Shadow monk, but they later get the ability to do stuff like teleport, but he's not strong enough. He's going to try and channel a higher level ability from his class early.
Super cool.
Since your main ability is, let's see, dexterity, is it?
Yes.
And then you will give a dexterity check to see if you can channel that ability early.
No. Doesn't look like it, I don't think.
That's actually uh, just shy, unfortunately.
Damn.
And you channel, and you manage to step into the shadows, and in doing so, the power overwhelms you and sends you into a fit as you have to kind of walk in a jarring move method forward, slowing you down.
Hmm. And in
And
doing so, I take the party with me. No.
and last but not least, Dronga.
Oh boy.
Kosjurkis isn't with you to punch stuff anymore with.
I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna look up along the walls of the cavern, looking for like natural rock coverings, as if to like stay out of the way of danger.
Okay.
And then like kind of like run along that pathway and like tell everyone like stay to the sides, stay to the sides, like avoid the rocks type idea.
Okay, give me a perception check for that.
Perception. Crap. Oh, not good.
Not good. And you tell everybody, move left, and they move left and walk right into a small shower of unwieldy, medium sized rocks. Let's see. I should only have 5 on here, so let me move those back. And that puts you at 5 failures and 5 successes, moving you back up to Kosjurkis as you have 5 listed on the table, which you have here.
All right, let's see. Hmm. Uh. All right. How about this? If he sees people who are, as he's a little bit behind now because he's freeing his tail up, and he sees some people that might be starting to lag behind or like falter, he's going to use his arcane powers again to try and push people along, like give them a little push, a little force push.
Okay, let's go with an intelligence check.
All
Straight
right.
up force push.
All right, let's see. Come on, big money. Yeah.
All right. As you guys are nearing the end of this mushroom path, cracks forming through the mycelium, Kosjurkis pulls in the arcane energy, and a weight hits each one of you in the back and throws you forward, all of you hitting the ground, skidding right as rocks are falling down, and the entire party seems to take numerous hits of rocks as it collapses down upon you. But as you do, you skid into the tunnel. And as you skid into the tunnel, each of you are taking damage from the falling rocks. Kosjurkis, last of which, who is behind you, forcing you forward. As you are forced forward, Kosjurkis is the one who manages to push you free, but is crushed by the rocks, just a mere foot from the entrance. If you want to give me a group athletics check, that is, everybody rolls an athletics check, including Agile Smoke, to see if you can pull him free before the weight settles down.
Yeah.
Can I
Yep.
can I like bonus action turn into an ape?
Sure, I'll take that.
Oh, come on.
I will say that if I had been healed 4 points less, that would have instantly killed me.
I just saw that and like, rough.
Let's see, we need Agile Smoke.
Yeah, I'm working on. Oh my god, athletics is -1. Don't screw me here. Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And with that athletics check, that is how an athletics group check works. Everybody rolls together. The DC was 12. If you have the majority of the party succeed, the party succeeds. The majority of the party fails, you fail. And you manage to pull him free before the weight settles down, which would have killed his character. Skills challenges do have permanent consequences, but you managed to pull him free just shy of his neck and spine being crushed permanently. As the entire cavern collapses behind you, Kosjurkis managed to save the rest of the party. Everyone took 25 points of damage. I will mark Kosjurkis stable, or you
I
can
was gonna
heal him.
immediately like heal him for
I'll put that over here.
2 of those actually. I was supposed to be level 2. I just accidentally clicked it instead of.
I understand.
Oh my goodness.
So I will knock him down 2 since you only get the +4 once. So you guys managed to escape, collapsing the cavern behind you using your magic and your strength, some of which was used to smash Kosjurkis' face into stuff.
Hey guys.
And we also learned that an untrained monk cannot shadow step, not at all. And we learned that Rolen has incredibly close ties to the mushrooms, and Queen Ophelia has some god or goddess out there looking after you in your moment of need. Given that you failed partially but didn't die, two things are going to happen right now. Well, given that you didn't die, one thing is going to happen. Given that you partially failed, another thing is going to happen. The first thing I need is from each character, including Agile Smoke, to roll a d20. Dronga, you can roll it in either order. I'll take the first one as yours. The second one is Agile Smoke's.
I'll also roll it like on his character sheet too, so you can see
Sounds perfect.
it.
Just a regular d20 from the dice thrown. And that is all I need from you. Results of the pending failure will be posted or contacted directly to you because I have to see what I can get away with in terms of coding.
My
I
god.
know
Now Roland's insane.
Now I'm yeah.
the only tip I will give you is lingering injuries.
Shit.
And with that, we are going to end the game with you guys leveling up to level 6.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to level up now. You can move about your happy life. The server stays up till Monday, so it will stay up, and we can level everybody up. It is the end of the game, just right there. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed skills challenges. I do realize they feel a little uncomfortable. They feel unnatural because you're used to just following the rules. The idea is, and the reason why they have been put into D&D is it's intended to have you be able to stretch your image of your character beyond the rules. Kosjurkis doesn't really have a spell to throw himself forward. Ophelia doesn't have a direct connection spell to her god or goddess or any god, and Rolen can't sporadically create mushrooms, and Dronga can't punch rocks with. Oh, he actually can punch rocks with Kosjurkis, but he probably would disagree with
Yeah.
it. So there are numerous things as you get stronger. DC goes up. Obviously, this time it was 13, as you guys saw successes with 13 and failures with 12. Aiding each other helps. These are all good things. There are lasting consequences. There will be instances where you will have them. They won't all be environmental. Some my Monday group will probably experience some as well. These are a good way for you to have fun. They will occur more often. So between now and the next couple games, give some thought to it. What are cool things I would like my character to be able to do? Not what can my character. What are cool things I would like my character to be able to do with their magic, with their rage, with their monk training, with their druid magic, with their arcane or divine magic if you happen to have either or. And Agile Smoke has divine magic when it comes to Gloomstalker. So give him the same message. Start thinking of things like it doesn't have to be specific, but I could use the magic in some way. I could use my druid magic, just cool things that you would want your character to be able to do. And next time we have a skill challenge, that will be what you want to draw upon. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, please throw them my way. Otherwise, I will see you guys next game.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Real quick, how do I level up on here?
Leveling up is, let me shut down the sound. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So to level up your character, this is the best way always. Open Dronga.
Yep.
Go to main tab.
Yep.
Do you see the little magnifying glass next to Barbarian? It's at the end next to Proficiency.
Yeah.
If you click that, it'll pop up your class and level. That's a really easy way to get access to the Barbarian class. If you click that thing at the end, you'll be able to open it. Just left click and drag that Barbarian over to your character sheet and drop it.
The little shield thing?
Yep, just drag it over and drop it. Your character will automatically level up.
Oh. Super cool. Okay.
And if I can help you go over anything you'd like to go over, and I will see you guys. I'll be back on in a couple hours, but I will see you guys later.
Well,
Sounds
good game,
So-
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good game.
I just find it
Rory
hilarious
hitting your
that
face.
I just find it hilarious that the first time I attempted to do Shadow Step under level, and like the result of that means that I'm now able to actually do Shadow Step.
You
That
figured
is
out what
kind
you
of
did
awesome.
wrong.
That is kind
Yeah.
of awesome.
You gotta
Oh, so it's not that good. Good.
yeah. I think regardless of lingering injuries, Kosjurkis' tail is gonna be like
Fuck.
partially gone at now.
Oh no! I was thinking just like bent or something.
No. You got crushed by rocks.
Tip.
What a travesty.
I'm
At-
sorry.
Kobold's gonna regenerate, right?
Mhm.
Probably. They're like geckos, but more annoying, right?
It's
Yeah.
funny because like I was actually gonna do something very similar to what Kosjurkis did.
Just shove
It would have
'em.
been. It would have been
Yeah,
just
but
funny.
it was
It
like-
would have been.
Well, I think if you failed, we all would have died. If I hadn't succeeded that, we all would have died.
Oh yeah, for sure.
TPK. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But it would have been hilarious if Kosjurkis was under the rock, screamed, and then his tail just fell off and he ran.
Yeah.
Like a literal gecko. Like, nope,
Oh,
see
dude,
ya,
that is-
bye. I'm
maybe
in
that is
danger,
what
I'm out.
That is what happened. House,
Yep.
it's ruled.
Retcon,
It's canon.
done. His tail just fell off. What happened to your tail? You don't want to talk about it. It'll come back in a couple weeks.
All right. Awesome.
All right.
All
Later,
right, guys.
guys.
Right.
See you later.
Yeah. talk to
Bye.
you guys.